Day 517. So today was day 6 of fasting, and getting closer and closer to my goal. Did not really weigh in it what I wanted to, but still underneath because I'd gotten ahead the day before. And that was kind of the whole motivational speech thing. Well, there's a different type of motivation that happened today, which was I set my alarm clock, and I thought I'd set it for 4:30, and I'd actually set it for 5:30, which meant that I got up and got ready right when I really needed to be pretty much at the park, or at least I thought. So I was like, and the whole reason I say that is I've got an 8:30 meeting, but I can do that over the phone. But my 10 a.m. meeting on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I can't miss. I have to be at my computer pretty much. So I realized this as I'm getting ready, and I was like, the light is coming outside. I didn't get up early enough. I'd set my alarm clock the day before for biking, which I get up at 6 a.m. so that by 6:30 when the sun rises or starts to rise, I'm up and I'm out. But with the hiking, I have to get to the place, right? So that usually takes 45 minutes to an hour. And the parks, the ones that I'm going to, are open at 6. So I have to get up at 5 or before in order to get there. So either way, I pushed to get out the door as quickly as possible, and then I got to the park. I looked at the times for the path, and I was like, I've done this in 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm going to push myself, and I'm going to try to get it done in 2, because if I can do it in 2, I got there at 7. If I do it in 2, I've got an hour to get home. I'll be perfect timing to literally sit in front of the computer. So I get on this trail and I start pushing. And at the beginning, I definitely had that energy, and I was pushing and pushing and pushing. I was probably doing about 3.5 miles. I normally average about 2.6. I just had that mentality. I was just thinking of all the metrics of like, how fast am I going? Am I going fast enough, etc. Right? That's what was in my head instead of that kind of defeatist mentality. And then I got about halfway, and I did the math mentally, and I was like, I'm going to be okay. And I was like, I'm still going to try to push, right? But that's when I started going downhill speed-wise. And I got to about the last mile and a half of a 6-mile loop, and I was just exhausted. I had to sit down twice, even though I was like less than a half a mile for one of them. And I had to give my heart a second or a minute or two. But I was probably going like 2 miles an hour, but since I'd pushed so hard in the beginning, instead of measuring out my pace overall, I did end up getting done by the time I needed to. So I got in my car and got home, and I was literally sitting in front of my computer a minute before the meeting. So hopefully all that pushing pays off in a decent weight loss. Tomorrow is a work holiday, and I will be biking. And regardless of my motivation, I'm saying this now, I am going to at the very least go up the hill to work, if not across the way. I know that's more than what I did on a previous day of fasting, but I also have the time, right? Unlike the last part, I have all day. So I got to get it done. That's it. and I'm doing it in the morning, even though I could do with a time deadline of sunset. I'm going to do it in the morning because I worked out in the morning today, and I'm going to be working out in the morning tomorrow with my hike. So, or the day after with a hike. So that's why I'm just keeping them in the morning so I don't have back-to-back workouts. So anyways, we'll see how tomorrow goes.